you. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good, good. We know you
I
have a
mean,
hot topic to speak on. I'd love to give you the floor.
well, I just love you, especially our veterans, for your service to our country. Congressman Lou Correa. I represent Central Orange County and Washington, D.C. I've served veterans for a number of years, probably 2 decades. I was chair of Veterans Affairs in the lower house of the state legislature in California. Then in the California State Senate, I chaired the Veterans Affairs Committee as well. And in Congress, I served for a year on the Veterans Affairs Committee as well. Today in Congress, I spend a lot of time with other veterans trying to craft legislation that will help veterans when they return after serving honorably for our great nation. We often say that freedom is not free. We talk about the fact that veterans sacrifice a lot for our nation. We say that all gave some, and some veterans made the ultimate sacrifice. And yet, when many veterans come back, they come back with invisible wounds that haunt them, create trouble for them as they try to adjust back to daily, normal lives, so to speak. Thinking about who veterans are, veterans come from all walks of life. I'm a big supporter of a mandatory draft. I know it's not popular, but I really think the military blends people from all walks of life. Is It's the great integrator of our society where a kid from East LA will meet a kid from the Midwest and they get to know each other and experience what it is to be an American. But it's interesting when I say what it is to be an American because there are many, many veterans that have done everything to be an American, and they're really not. A lot of veterans that are not born in the U.S., that are not citizens, and serve our country. A lot of these veterans go off and fight, come back, and a lot of them think that because they picked up a weapon, took an oath to defend our country, took an oath to make the ultimate sacrifice for our country, these veterans are under the belief that they are American citizens when they're actually not. And that's the sad irony. Human beings, immigrants that really have earned the right to call America their home, have earned the right to be citizens, are really not. And right now, we are proposing some legislation that essentially will try to move in the direction of when you have an individual who's not a citizen but a resident, so to speak. That individual goes out and serves our country. As soon as these individuals sign up to be in the military, they immediately begin the process of becoming American citizens. That's what we need to do. Certain branches, for example, today, certain branches do exactly that. By the time you get out of that military branch, you're a citizen, but others do not. And I think it's time that we have a uniform policy that those individuals who are serving our nation in uniform, those individuals that are ready to lay down their lives for this country should be considered, should be considered as having earned the right to be U.S. citizens. And that's what our legislation looks to do, essentially give people citizenship. Um, I don't think there's any controversy. I don't think there's any opposition. But sadly, the issue of immigration, the issue of citizenship, sometimes gets people riled up. It gets people thinking positive and negative. And so, what you would consider a simple piece of legislation like this one will probably have a hard time making it through the legislative process. But uh, I believe that if we work together with veterans groups, I believe that if we work together with patriotic groups who know what it is to fight, what it is to make sacrifices for this great country, I think we'll be able to pass it. But it's going to take a lot of work. And I'm here with you today for two reasons. Number one, to give you some information as to what we're doing. And secondly, to ask for your help. We need to team up and make sure these common sense laws actually get to the desk of the president and that they are signed by the president so that we can have our veterans, those that are not U.S. citizens, become U.S. citizens in most expedited way possible. After all, in my opinion, they have served our country and they have earned the right to be American citizens.
So how can people help? Can they go to your website to learn more about how they can join you?
Yes, I would like you to go to our Representative Lou Correa, California 46 website and send us a message that you want us, or I should say that you want to help us in our efforts to have non-U.S. citizens serving in the military get U.S. citizenship upon their completion of their service in the military. It's a very simple concept, but as always, the simplest ones are usually the hardest ones to achieve. But I would love to have all of you join us and make sure we can score on this important legislation.
Yes. Yeah. And to find out more, connect with us, go onto his website, get yourself educated. There's a whole fight going on and many people supporting this fight. So thank you.
Correct.
One other thing before you go, I'd love to hear more about some of the support that you offer and the fight that you have going to help PTSD, treatments for veterans, healthcare, and benefits.
Well, you've asked three or four questions there, but I'll start with saying that our office, and I would believe that other members of Congress, their offices, stand ready, willing, and able to help veterans, navigate through the complicated process of applying for their benefits, applying for the VA benefits, and that they get them in a timely manner. It hasn't always been the case. And we know some tragic situations where veterans need health care, veterans need medical treatment, and they don't receive it. And because of that, you've had veterans that have actually lost their lives. Not good situation. But that's why our office, like many offices, stand ready to help you navigate through that complex maze of regulations to get your veterans benefits. Related to that, your other question about PTSD, I've worked on the issue of PTSD again for about 20 years. I got caught up in this probably when I was in the state Senate, and I didn't go look for this issue. Actually, I would have town halls and I would start getting veterans coming up to me and very sheepishly saying, "Hey, I suffer from PTSD. I don't like the medications they give me at the VA. I'd rather do cannabis. That's what makes me relax. So could you help us have the VA help us and essentially write us a prescription, possibly provide us with cannabis?" That's been a 15-year effort that sadly has not resulted in anything by the VA. However, about 2 years ago, we started hearing that magic mushrooms, psychedelics, ibogaine, these psychedelic drugs that were essentially outlawed 60, 70 years ago can actually cure PTSD. And I actually serve today with members of Congress that have been in battle, that have come back, with those invisible wounds and have gone through the treatment of psychedelics and they've actually been cured. Not like cannabis that it would be like martini. You need a martini every night to relax. No, these are treatments that you go through a process and you're actually cured. Unbelievable, unbelievable findings, unbelievable results. Right now, these treatments are still illegal in America, illegal in the United States. A lot of the veterans, like my colleagues in Congress, have actually gone to Mexico, Tijuana, Mexico, and gotten their treatment. I, I myself and General Jack Bergman, one of my congressional colleagues, met with the VA Secretary Doug Collins about 2 weeks ago. And I'm happy to report that Doug, former member of Congress, good friend of ours, is very supportive of moving ahead and having these psychedelic treatments available for veterans. I'm excited because in 2 years, 3 years, looks like we're gonna hit a home run. We're gonna score for veterans. We're gonna be able to have these treatments for veterans. When it came to marijuana, spent 15 years and couldn't hit. But this stuff works. And not only is it going to work for veterans, it's the first major treatment for mental health, not only for veterans, but other members of our society. So very excited about treating mental health, treating PTSD with psychedelics. We think we're onto something really good for veterans in our society.
That's huge news. Thank you so much for hanging
Big.
and staying in that fight. Wow.
Well, I want to say we're good, but I'd rather say our timing was really good
Mhm.
and it's all coming together. And it's about time that we came up with a real cure for PTSD for our veterans. This is exciting news for all of us.
Yes. Thank you so much. Do you have anything more you'd like to share with the community before you go?
I, I want to again thank our veterans for your work, for your service to our country. Again, we're a great nation, and that's because all of you have fought for this country. All of you volunteered to fight for our nation. And let me say that we are in your debt. We appreciate you and will always respect you and honor you for what you've done for our nation. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much, Congressman Correa. It was a pleasure having you come on and speak to our community. Thank you.
Love you. Take
Have-
care.
Bye.
Bye.
And hello, Miss Jenkins. Or we Mr.
Good evening. Nope, I'm here. Good evening.
Good evening, good
It was just
evening.
on delay.
Yes, well, thank you for attending. We can have firm. I'd love to hear, a little bit more about you before we hop off.
No, for sure. So, my name is Nisha Jenkins, and I'm here on behalf of NOCE, which is North Orange Continuing Education. And I'm here because we are part of the OC Collaborative. I am a member of the community as a dependent, also lifelong dependent of the military. So it's twofold. So I'm here in official capacity, but also as a proud military spouse and military dependent. And so here supporting the efforts and the different topics that you've brought forward. And I want to help be a partner with what you're doing because it's so important. Our institution of services students of all walks of life. We are a we're affiliated with the North Orange Community College District, which is also a part of Cypress and Fullerton College. But our school is unique because we are adult serving. And some of the things that we are trying to do, in particular, as a particular interest, as you and I both know as members of the community, and just as you spoke with Representative Correa, Our military community has many different challenges and many different layers. And we know that some of our military members have unfortunately have had encounters with law enforcement, which has deemed them ineligible for certain benefits and services because of that encounter with law enforcement. And so one of the things that we like to offer with NOCE for those who are not able to tap into their benefits in regards to education, we have opportunities for them to study through us, and then work through other transfer departments, for any type of academic or professional goals. So again, that's just a snapshot of what we do and why I'm supportive of the different series that you've brought forward, and want to continue to see how we can support you do this work, because it's very, very important.
Oh, I absolutely love that. I'm interested in hearing more about how you guys help veterans when they can't use some of those benefits.
Right.
Yeah, let's connect offline.
Yeah, no, let's absolutely do that. So that way we can talk more about kind of like the unique path that we offer at our institution, um, where, some of the, veteran designated offices are naturally on most of our campuses. But we also know there are limitations that the veteran um, groups and or centers on our respective college campuses can't help all veterans. And so we're here in that capacity. So yes, let's do that. Let's set up a meeting at a convenient time. I apologize for not having my camera on. We are also participating in a national night out tonight. And so just like Representative Correa's connection was a little unstable there. That's
Yeah.
why it's not on. So I apologize. But yes, I'll stick my contact information in the chat, so we could set up a meeting at a time that's convenient for the both of us.
Perfect. So two things. Which national night are you out at tonight? What city?
Fullerton.
Okay, very, very cool. And lastly, where can people find you online?
Yeah, so they can visit us at noce.edu.
Okay, perfect. Well, I love it. I will get your contacts before we hop off. And thank you so much for joining for this quick message tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, definitely. I don't see it though. Did you? Not yet.
Let's try again. Hold on. Could be the connection. Hold on just a second.
Let's see. Got it. Did I get it? No, I got your website. Perfect. I have your email. Thank you so much. And you guys, see you next month. First Tuesday of the month, Veteran Series Forum, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. PST, PDT, whatever this is.